Before coming to Japan, we kept hearing the same thing. Tokyo DisneySea is the best Disney park in the world and you have to go. So we did. But is it actually worth it if you're just a casual Disney fan like we are? Honestly, yes and no. We spent the entire day exploring every land, riding the biggest attractions, and trying to make the most of our time. And I'll show you that first, and then we'll talk about it at the end. Let's jump in.
Elsa is ready for Disneyland at 5 a.m. in the morning because of jet lag.
Alright, the first thing you have to know about Tokyo DisneySea is that there's a Frozen ride. The lines are often 3 to 4 hours long, but there is a way to skip the line by paying for a Premier Pass. However, you have to get there really early before the park opens, wait in line to get into the park, and then you can book the Premier Pass. So here's us taking an Uber to the park at around 6 a.m. to make sure that we're in line in order to be able to buy the pass. And here's what the line looked like at 6:30 a.m. when we arrived.
This is so crazy that we are here this early in the morning. There's this many people, and it is absolutely freezing right now.
I'll spare you most of the waiting, but we did bring a blanket, which was clutch, and here's what it looks like at 8 o'clock. You definitely have to get here around 7 to get a good place in line. I mean, at least we got to watch the sunrise over DisneySea, I guess.
Now we'll see how long it takes to get in.
I am shocked by the amount of people that are here. I mean, I guess let me know if this is normal.
At 8:45, the line started moving, and it was a slow crawl through the security gate.
Now that we got through here, it's just a free-for-all to get in.
I have to remind you that all of this is to get into the park, to purchase the passes before they sell out, or to try to run to one of the popular rides like Soaring or Frozen.
The promised land. We're almost to the ticket scanner.
As soon as the ticket's scanned, you can get on the app and try to make your purchases, which is what everybody's doing.
We have access to Frozen after 2 hours. All right, let's go.
With access to Frozen secured, our 2 hours of waiting in line before they opened seemed to be worth it. And from there, we joined the hordes of people who were all making their way to their first ride, and for us, we decided to make that Rapunzel so that we didn't have to pay for it later.
That's the line for Soaring, which is the most popular ride here, and it's already 2 hours long.
In case you're wondering, the paid tickets for the Frozen ride were all sold out for the entire rest of the day by 9:30, about 10 minutes after we got in.
We got the Frozen ride!
Okay, I'm just excited to run here for the Frozen ride because I like Elsa the best in that movie.
I am so excited to go on the Frozen ride with Sunny too.
The entire reason why we decided to do this was to complete my daughter's bucket list, since she's such a huge Frozen fan and she was excited to be able to experience Arendelle and go on the rides. Also, if you're planning to quickly go to the Fantasy Springs area, note that it takes about 20 minutes just to walk there from the entrance. It has everything from Frozen Kingdom and Rapunzel's Forest to the Peter Pan ride. Also, I'll talk more about total costs and the paid rides at the end of this video.
This really solidifies for me why I'm not a Disney person. The amount of effort, everybody's sprinting to try to get on rides, it's not fun. It's chaos. All right, we have made it to the Rapunzel ride. I don't know how long it is, but we made it. It says 40, we'll see how it is. On the app it says 20.
Every time I got grumpy about a ride though, my daughter came at me with some type of magic that made it all go away.
I saw Rapunzel in a castle.
Oh wow, did you wave at her?
All the effort we put in to wait outside of the park to get in early definitely paid off, as we didn't have to wait very long for this ride, and it's one of the most popular in the park.
I will say that was pretty nice. We got on the ride within 20 minutes of waiting. Can't beat that, and we didn't have to pay for this one.
This isn't one of those thrill rides, it's a gondola style boat ride that drifts quietly through the scenes with around 16 people in your boat. Starting, you'll see Rapunzel singing from her tower, you'll see Flynn Rider, and even Maximus the horse appearing nearby. From there, you enter the forest and pass familiar settings before going towards the kingdom and going to the most loved part of the entire ride, which is the Lantern Festival. I have to say, the Lantern Festival was pretty incredible, with hundreds of lanterns glowing overhead and the songs that you know, even though they're sung in Japanese. The ride itself is short though, at around 5 minutes long, so you'll have to decide for yourself whether the wait time is worth it for you. By the time we left the ride, 45 minutes after it opened, the park was already packed.
This is the line for the Rapunzel ride right now, as you can see winding around, and it's over 2 hours. This is still the line for Rapunzel, going back this far.
We left the Fantasy Springs area because they had a Disney anniversary pass that we had got when we came into the park, and it allowed us to go on one of about 5 different rides with a fast lane. For us, we picked 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea because Indiana Jones was closed the day that we were there, and so we headed that direction. Before heading over, the kids wanted to ride Jasmine's flying carpet, so I went and grabbed churros while they waited in line. This is like the typical Dumbo ride that you have at California's Disneyland where you can make it go up or down, and it's always a huge hit for kids of this age.
Next up, we're going to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
I have to say the theming of this park is amazing, especially how a lot of it revolves around the water and then they play that into the different elements. This one took us all the way down underneath the water and the line was long and we were able to bypass it with that anniversary pass I told you about. This ride puts you in this small submersible where there's 3 different groups that can each sit at one of the windows, and then there's a flashlight that you can control that allows you to see different things like fish and shipwreck elements. It's pretty dark, so I can't really show you much here, and I thought it was a relatively fun ride. It's very different than what you'd expect.
That was an interesting ride. It was very dark, it was hard to see, and it was definitely loud for the kids. That was cool. Something unique for sure, but I don't know if I would wait too long for that one. We are heading to something everybody's very excited about now.
Definitely plan your day better than us. Don't go back and forth between the Fantasy Springs area, which is what we seem to be doing all day, as it just takes a long time to do that.
I cannot believe how busy this place is. Like, I thought California was busy, but this is on another level. There's lines for everything. There's 100 people lines for popcorn.
I have to say again, the theming in Fantasy Springs is incredible. I mean, just look at this stuff surrounding the Peter Pan ride.
Where are we off to right now?
Arendelle!
Yes.
Also, Amy wore this Anna outfit because she wanted to support Sunny, but you can tell we're not Disney people because apparently that's rule number 1 to not wear an outfit like this when you're an adult, but we learn more about that ourselves later. It was finally time for the reason we were here, to ride the Frozen ride in Arendelle.
Let it go! Let it go! Can't hold me back anymore! The time is 200 minutes to wait if you do not have a pass. I also got the Arendelle Ice Masters shirt. We're all committed in this family. We're a Frozen family.
Hi, I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs. Let it go, let it go. I can't hold you back anymore.
Everyone was so excited, I even got Sunny to sing Let It Go after she told me to stop because I was embarrassing her. Unfortunately, we didn't know that it wasn't going to end up well for us.
So the ride broke while we were waiting for it. We can come back anytime today, but hopefully it actually opens because that's the whole reason why we're here. We're gonna go get some food now.
Spoiler alert, the ride never opened back up again. But here we are going to the Arendelle Great Hall for lunch.
We're at a home in Arendelle.
Oh wow, it's a beautiful home. Can we eat lunch here? Here's the kids' meal. It has rice, meatballs, something like that. I'm not really sure what we got. It's some type of trout salad and then a beef pot pie, some type of Olaf dessert. I guess a salad and then some type of bread. There's only one option for the different foods. You either got one with beef or you got one with seafood. Honestly, it was fine for what it was, but it was around $30 a person. Cheers. Well, it's kind of like a beef curry. This though is just a hamburger bun. So Amy was just told that she can't wear the Anna outfit, so apparently not allowed to do that here. They think Amy's part of the cast. Cover it up. Anna is no more, unfortunately, but we still have Elsa.
And the official Ice Master of Arendelle.
And the official Ice Master of Arendelle. No one's trying to take a picture with me.
No, they're not.
After finishing lunch, we took the opportunity to explore the rest of the Great Hall. They had places that you could sit and take pictures. They had lots of cool framed artwork on the walls. All of it fun if you're a Frozen fan like my daughter is.
They also have a cool outdoor seating area. It's not as themed, but you can look up at the ride and Elsa's castle in the distance. Also, after researching it, it was definitely our fault. You're not supposed to wear a costume if you're an adult, so you can tell how much we go to Disney. So don't wear a costume if you're an adult at Disney.
At this point, we were just waiting for the ride to open back up again, so we were exploring more of Arendelle as we assumed to be relatively quickly. And then we also purchased a pass to go ride the Peter Pan ride, which was in the Fantasy Springs area. This is another of the newer rides as it opened about 1.5 years ago. Also, it's not really that fun to show on video since it's 3D, but it's a cool ride where you get into these little boats and you put on your 3D glasses and you follow the Peter Pan adventure. I just went with my son and honestly it was way better than I anticipated it being, and he said it was his favorite ride in the entire park. From there, we were still trying to kill time and see if the Frozen ride would open back up, but we accidentally stumbled on what would be the savior of our day, the Sinbad Storybook Voyage ride, which was only about a 10-minute wait. I knew nothing about this ride when I got here, but it ended up being a favorite for me as well. It opened with the park's opening, and apparently it used to be a lot scarier of a ride, but they revamped it in 2007 to make it into the fun, family-friendly ride it is now. It features the mythical voyage of Sinbad and his lovable tiger Chandu and all of the different crazy things that they get themselves into. It honestly feels like a cross between the Pirates of the Caribbean and Small World to me, as you're sitting in one of those boats like you do for those rides and you get to experience it all slowly. It also has an absolute banger of a song called The Compass of Your Heart, which is playing as you're experiencing all of the different locations and which will get stuck in your head just as much as Small World does. The best part about the ride is that Sunny went from being pretty sad about the fact that she couldn't go on the Frozen ride and that it was broken, to being very excited about the Sinbad ride and actually falling in love with Chandu the tiger. Basically a miracle that only the magicians at Disney are able to facilitate.
That ride was the best here. You should go on with your family if you can.
I agree with Sunny. That's probably my favorite ride of the day so far. It's just so fun and kind of iconic old Disney. We're still waiting for Frozen and it hasn't opened back up again. I don't know how long we're gonna last. Everybody's pretty exhausted. We'll see.
Everyone was very tired, so they elected me to take the walk back to the Frozen area and see what the update was on the ride.
So I just talked to the people about the Frozen ride. They said it's probably not going to reopen today, and if it does, it won't be for another 4 to 5 hours, which I don't think we're gonna make it till then. But I'm gonna go tell Sunny, see how she's gonna do, and she was so excited about Sinbad, maybe she'll just ride that one for a second time as a consolation prize. Hey Sunny, I'm really sorry about the Frozen ride. Are you okay?
Best day ever.
It's still the best day ever?
Wow, it's the best day ever.
Why is that?
I'm going to see Sinbad.
Me and Sunny going for round 2 on Sinbad.
Yep.
Do you like Sinbad or Frozen better?
Sinbad.
Amy and Jack went to the Peter Pan ride again, and Sunny and I waited 5 minutes to get back on Sinbad, and she spent the entire ride just waving at all of the different characters that we passed. I mean, I fell in love with the ride just seeing it through her eyes. Since we couldn't go on the Frozen ride, our passes could be used anywhere, so I decided to go and do Journey to the Center of the Earth, which is one that I had really been wanting to do. The kids weren't tall enough to ride this one, so I just went by myself.
The things I'll always remember about this park is just the lines. I mean, that's the line to get popcorn. It's 45 minutes long. There's a line just as long to play a game in the marketplace.
My Journey to the Center of the Earth ride was a walk-up fast pass one, which was nice, so I didn't have to wait in any lines and I basically just got to walk right onto the attraction. This ride has a cool theme as well. It seems kind of like you're an explorer, and then as you get into the elevator, it feels like you're going down into the earth with how crazy the experience is. This is one of the classic rides at the park, and it's been here since the park opened. It's inside of the Mount Prometheus volcano, which you can see from all over the park. And what's cool about it is how different it feels than a traditional Disneyland ride. You basically start by going through a cave full of glowing crystals in your steam-powered vehicle, and then you go deeper and deeper into the earth until the volcano really just comes alive and you face a gigantic lava monster, shoot out through an eruption, and go around like a roller coaster until the ride ends. By this time it was around 4 o'clock and everybody was exhausted. So we started making our way back to the beginning of the park. We caught a small boat parade that was happening, and then we went by the replica of the Queen Mary. Yep, they have a replica of the Queen Mary ship from Long Beach here.
And before we leave, let's just take another opportunity to admire a 45-minute popcorn line. I'm not gonna lie though, that popcorn specifically smells good.
There was only one thing left to do before we could leave for the day.
Oh no, who's a new member of our family? Chandu. Oh, I love you, Chandu.
Since we had Chandu now, we could go ahead and leave these other ones who disappointed us today at the park. And by leave, you can see her grabbing them right at the end of the clip.
All right, I guess the moral of the story is that you don't need to rush into the park for Frozen. Just go for Sinbad and don't wear an Anna outfit. I can't say I'm gonna be back at DisneySea anytime soon, but that was a pretty good day. Huh, Chandu? All right, we'll see you on the next one.
Hi, I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs.
Alright, I'm back in the United States and I want to talk about some pros and cons of visiting Tokyo DisneySea as an average Disney fan. If you're a super fan, you don't need to watch this video. You know you want to go. It's supposed to be the best Disney park in the entire world, so it's definitely something you're going to want to do. But as somebody who's going to Tokyo for only a few days, do you want to spend one of those days at Tokyo Disney? The first pro for us was the cost. In the summer at Disneyland in California, it's not crazy to spend $200 for a single ticket. But at Tokyo DisneySea, my ticket was $50 and the kids' ticket was around $30. I'll put the price of this on the screen right here. I will say that once you're in the park, you do have to add a lot onto that. So all of the different skip the line kind of passes that we paid for were $10 to $14 US each. That did lead to a really good experience in the park as we were able to kind of walk from attraction to attraction and not have to wait in line. So overall, we probably ended up spending around double, like $100 a person, but we did get to have a great experience in the park, not having to wait too long. So overall, the cost is a huge pro for Tokyo DisneySea. Next up, this is both a pro and a con, but it is so big. I mean, if you look at it on the map, you can see how it compares to other Disneyland parks, and it's way bigger than that. You can walk all around and you can kind of not even feel as cramped even if there's a lot of people in the park, because it's so big and there's so many different areas that you can access. That said, it does lead to long walks. I mean, it took us 20 minutes from the entrance to get to the Fantasy Springs area, and so you really need to plan out your day the most efficient so you're not walking back and forth between different areas of the park, which can take a lot of time. But overall, I would say that it's pretty cool that it's such a big park, and if you really wanted to experience it, you might need more than one day if you want to go on every ride and really kind of walk around and see everything. Next up is the theming, and honestly for me, this probably has some of the best theming I've ever seen at Disney Park. Whether you're going to the Aladdin area with the marketplace and all of the different things you can walk through over there, you're going to Fantasy Springs and seeing Arendelle and the Peter Pan area and the Journey to the Center of the Earth and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I mean, there's just some really unique theming here that definitely added to the magic when I was there. I mean, they have a replica Queen Mary even out kind of in the water. It's just a crazy place to experience. Alright, now let's talk about cons, and the first con is definitely how busy it was. The crowd calendar said this was an average day in the park, so not a ghost town, but also not super busy, and it was nuts. There was lines for everything. I mean, 45-minute lines for popcorn, 2.5-hour rides for lines. I think there was even one ride that we saw that was over 3 hours. So if this is an average day in the park, I can't even imagine what a busy day in the park would be. And there was way too many people for me. So that was a huge con, but that's kind of comes with the territory. Going to Disneyland nowadays, these parks are really, really busy all around the world. Like I mentioned earlier, another con is just with how big it is. We didn't plan out our day very well, so we were walking 10 minutes in one direction, 10 minutes back, 15 minutes this way. So just plan your day a little bit better than us, and that probably won't be a con for you. And the next con is just that early entry pressure that we had to try to get into the park to be able to secure our access on the Frozen ride. We were able to get it, as you saw in the video, and it didn't work out for us just because the ride closed, but that's not a normal thing that you would ever expect. We just got really unlucky that day. But having to leave the hotel at 5:30 a.m. to get there in the cold and to sit there for 2 hours with young kids just to get in and hope to be able to buy access to that ride just didn't really start the day very well. I wish they would have had kind of a secondary drop of those tickets where at noon or something they had another round and you could try to be quick and you could get some access then. They do say that there are tickets that are released throughout the day, but I looked many times and I never saw another opportunity to buy the Frozen pass, so I don't know if that's true or if it just depends on the day. And obviously you might be saying, well, you didn't have to pay for that, but yeah, if you don't pay for that, you're going to be spending 2 to 3 hours waiting in line just for that one ride. So if you're only there for one day, I mean, you're going to be spending half of your day doing that, so you kind of do really need to have that fast pass if you want to make the most of your one day in the park. The last con is just a small one, but as good as the theming is, we really didn't see any characters the entire day in the park. We saw Elsa at one point in time and there was a super long line that we couldn't even get in, but that was the only character we saw the entire day. I know that from being at California Adventure or Disneyland, just walking around, you'll almost always run into 1 or 2 characters throughout the day. So maybe they were there and it's a big park and we just missed them, but for us it was kind of weird to just not walk around and really see any characters. But that's it. That's my review as a casual Disney fan. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think I'm totally off base or you agree or you have ways that I could have made the day better, let me know all of that in the comments. And let me know if you want to see more Disney reviews from me, and maybe I'll put on my Disney hat for you. All right, that's it for this one. We'll see you on the next one.